A lot of you have been asking for an update on the auto keycard thing. I haven't touched it because we're at go time now. They're up to the point of being in trial, and there's nothing I could say that would help his situation at all. We already did everything we could. We got a GoFundMe set up for him. They used that. They got a lawyer. I'm pretty sure they got a retainer on Daniel Kelly. I don't even talk to them. So there's just nothing that I can do past this point. Any video I would put out would probably be damaging unless, of course, they contact me and they're like, hey, we need some more money. Can you get a fundraiser going? Short of that, I was just not going to talk about it till after the case dropped, and then I'd report on it on the end, say what happened, etc., etc., etc. Well, yesterday, things changed. So, as you probably read in the thumbnail and title, the ATF showed up at my house. Now, I can't play the video of them being there because my lawyer would kill me. He's already going to be super pissed I made this video when he specifically told me not to, and it's stupid for me to make the video because when I'm helping other people, they don't have a pot to piss in. They contact me like, oh my God, you know, they either seized everything or I'm completely broke. The Fed showed up at my house and I can't do anything but take it up the butt. Is there any way you can help me? And so I would make a video because at that point you have nothing to lose. Me making a video, regardless how bad the video goes, getting a fundraiser going for you, you will only gain because you can either sit there and do nothing about it and take it, or you can make it public and get a lawyer, hopefully, and possibly fight it. So the ATF shows up at my house, and like I said, I'm not going to play the video. I'll do a clip, because like right when they left, they literally pointed at our house pet and said, that's a nice pet.
Thank you.
I don't know if it was in a threatening manner or not, because I wasn't standing right there. But my girl took it as a threatening manner and like broke down crying, like, he's only got 3 legs, just leave him alone. And yeah, that was a rough phone call. So anyway, and not to mention, I did not perform in a light I would like to share, because I was literally coming home and then there was cops in my driveway, so I didn't know what the hell to think, so I pulled in and blocked the driveway and got out of the car. I did not perform how I would like you guys see me perform because I was upset, would be an easy way to say it. So, anyway, yes. So they subpoenaed her in. Why exactly did they subpoena her in? They subpoenaed her in because her name was originally on the GoFundMe. Like, the dude from the auto keycard lives across the country, and they seized all his electronic communications. So they know for a fact, like, there's no denying it. They even have a record of YouTube comments he left. Like, they seized everything his phone was doing. So they know for a fact the only relationship she has with this guy is the fact that she set up the GoFundMe for him. And I had her call, too, because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Why would they have you fly all the way down to Florida just to confirm that, yes, you set up the GoFundMe? So we tried to get it through a video chat, but that wasn't good enough. They are not yielding on it. They want her to go down to Florida with our infant. So what could they possibly be doing with all of this? See, there's two sides. Sorry about that. Where was I again? As I'm pulling in the driveway, get a hysterical phone call from my girl. See 2 squad cars. Cops laughing and joking in my front yard. Me acting in a fashion that's less than desirable. Oh, yes. So there's a sliding scale of different outcomes they're hoping to get. Obviously, you know, worst case scenario for them, best case scenario for us, they're just a pain in the ass. They force a mom and her infant child to fly across the country for no other reason than to say, yes, it is true, I set up his GoFundMe. Because remember, he lives across the country. There's no way for him to communicate with us, aside from maybe smoke signals, that they wouldn't already have a record of. It's just not possible. They seized all of his digital transmissions, from YouTube comments to everything. Therefore, they already know for a fact beyond all reasonable doubt, the only relationship she has is the fact that she set up the GoFundMe. And then their best case scenario is they get this mom and child to go across country, catch COVID, ultimately die, but before they die, they can trick her into shooting off her mouth and saying something about something that's incriminating that can either like incriminate him more or like somehow roll me into the mix. Which, I'm assuming they're trying to redeem those lame-ass undercover officers they already had go at me twice now. Like, they were so bad, like, I'm like, what? What? Why would you say that to me? Like, of course I'm not going to do that. Because their whole plan was to try to trick me into saying something illegal. Which, how can they charge a person for something illegal when somebody, the officer, is literally tricking them into saying it? Isn't that entrapment or something? I'll never understand the law. But, like, the only thing that would be illegal is what they would trick me into saying by playing with my words. But I caught on to what they were trying to do, and I'm like, morons! So, I'm assuming they're trying to redeem themselves for that, but the main point is it's clearly harassment. All they're trying to do is be a pain in the ass or kill her to make me think twice about my next fundraiser video, because again, like I've said before, if I can do a fundraiser for every single person fighting against the ATF, it makes it harder and harder for them to win cases, and maybe we can start setting precedents in court. Typically, the ATF will set up the chessboard to when the person enters into court, they have zero assets, zero support. Everybody that's even remotely related to them, they'll subpoena in front of a grand jury so they can't do anything about it. They got their hands tied, and that's how they win their cases. They just set it up to a point to where they absolutely cannot do anything except for plead guilty or take a plea bargain. Because otherwise, a lot of these cases, they would lose. And especially if I get this idea to catch on and other creators start doing fundraisers for people that are fighting the ATF, it'll get harder and harder and harder for them to get their way in court. And that's what we want to do. Maybe we can make them think twice before they go full tyrannical. Maybe only go partly tyrannical or something like that, you know? So yeah, the whole thing is just to make me think twice about the next fundraiser I do, because they're clearly demonstrating we will go after your family. And yes, we may even try to modern-day Waco, Texas their ass, or modern-day Ruby Ridge their ass, you know, without all the gunfire. We'll just take them through areas that we know are high in COVID and high in mugging and shit, you know. Maybe, just maybe, when she's leaving the courtroom, some mugger might come along and kill her and my child. What they don't see is because I know I'm getting to them, it makes me want to work harder. Like, seriously, like, I am scouring Facebook and everything looking for somebody to be like, oh my god, this happened to me from the government and I don't know what to do. For real, it makes me want to double down and work even harder. I think that's the opposite effect of what they want, but I don't care, because I'm like, I can see proof I am doing something positive, because they're literally attacking my family. I did a lot to try to keep my wife and child safe, to keep them out of the light. Like, I don't even refer to her, like, ever, except for a fake name, and I, you know, my little girl's in there, but whatever, you know. Besides the point. But now that they're like, okay, we're going to do that, then I'm like, okay, so, yeah, clearly I am doing something positive. Not to mention you pulled her as a witness. When you already know the only thing she can testify is that she did in fact set up the GoFundMe, shows me how far down in the barrel you guys are scraping trying to dredge something up. Which tells me you guys don't have shit for a case, do you? You are terrified that because I raised this guy money and he's getting a quality lawyer, or has a quality lawyer, and he also retained Daniel Kelly, you're going to lose the case. So you're trying to find some other angle to try to make it stick because you're But that's besides the point. Not really sure how to end this video. I guess, clearly the GoFundMe fundraiser is at least making the ATF sweat, which means it's proof that it's effective. His fundraiser is still going. And somebody asked about screenshots of me transferring over ownership, because they have this whole conspiracy that I stole it. Right here, here's the email from GoFundMe, me transferring over ownership. So yeah, you should definitely donate there. because I think they need a total of 100 grand, because the lawyer they got now is 50 grand cheaper than the one they were going to get, the one that got pissed off at me for doing the fundraiser, when he asked me to do the fundraiser. Anyway, this one's $50,000 cheaper, so he'll still have to sell his car to get the other 40 grand or so, but, you know, if you donate there, he has to sell less stuff, so that's pretty cool. I guess that's the only way I can end this video. There's really no positive way to end a video like this, is there? Well, you guys have a good day. Thank you for watching.